What's going on, Sagittarius? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for March 2023. So in this reading, Sagittarius, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy for March. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides and much more regarding the month March 2023. So before we begin this reading, Sagittarius, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we move through this reading, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, Sagittarius, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated over here, Sagittarius. So with that being said, I'm going to now pull the energy and see what wants to come through for you for March 2023, Sagittarius. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Sagittarius. Let's see what we got here. Okay, Sagittarius, let's start off this reading with some pre-shuffled oracle cards from the universe. What message does the universe have for you for March? First message is the universe wants to co-conspire with you. Okay, so the universe wants to co-conspire with you here in March 2023, Sagittarius. This is really about meeting the universe halfway, especially when it comes to some sort of deep desire that you have about like where your life wants to go, what you want to create. This could be big or small. If you even have the idea, if it comes to you, it comes to you for a reason. And if it sticks around, you can't stop thinking about it like some sort of goal that you want to achieve or something you want to change about your life. Like the fact that the seed has come to you means the very completion is just waiting for you to meet the universe halfway. I am also getting a really, or not a weird message, but for some of you it might be weird, that you're going to be almost like having a conversation with your future self. Okay, when we talk about me being successful on YouTube or even in other areas of my life, the number one thing I think that really did this for me was reverse engineering my future self. So I just basically, sat in a dark room one day and I was like, okay, all right, let's turn off the lights here and let's have let's imagine the best possible, the highest possible version of myself. What would their thoughts be like? What would their habits be like? What would that person's mental landscape and physical actions look like? And basically I said, okay, I'm just going to be that version of me. And to be honest with you, what I'm sensing from this is that a lot of you, there's a pretty big gap right now in your life between like your highest potential versus what you're doing. And that gap is not going to go away. So a lot of you what I'm getting is like a message of hope. Like, don't give up on your dreams. It's never too late, but you need to start now, right? The time is going to pass anyway. So the universe is like, there's also, okay, this is coming through really strong about some sort of appointment that you've made before incarnating. There's some sort of appointment that shows up for you in March. I'm getting, this could have to do with even like a theme, but I'm getting like an appointment with a soul that you wanted to do some work with or some sort of thing in this life with. They show up. I'm almost getting even a minor one, by the way. Some of you this could be major, but for a lot of you this also is someone that you have like a random like be very careful of strangers that you talk to. Like they could be giving you cryptic messages of synchronicity. Don't disregard that. Pay attention to that. Okay, so just be aware of that. Like there's a lot going on metaphysically for you, and like timelines and like how you show up is very important in March. Now you also have write this into reality. I just did a reading for Aries and they also had write this into reality. So some of you may be teaming up with a Aries. If you know any Aries, you may be like teaming up to write, to like bring some sort of vision together. But if not, this is just about you and your own life, you know, writing things down. I always say the human brain is not designed to store all these ideas. Like you really should just be you should have stacks to the ceiling fan, stacks of notes. Like if you don't have stacks of notes with your thoughts, what are you doing? That means you probably don't value your own thoughts. And if that's the case, then you also need to look at, why am I valuing the opinions of experts and people who, like the primary law of psychology is that you overestimate the skills, virtues, mental capacities of other people, and we underestimate our own. So don't underestimate yourself. Like your ideas are valid, but you're the one who has to validate them. You also have cut away what is no longer needed for you. Okay, so cut away what is no longer needed for you. I am getting a little bit of a minimalist vibe, but even more so, this is more so to do with like patterns of behavior that just no longer serve you. Okay, so just be aware of that. Now, it's interesting. Your opportunity, Sagittarius, for March 2023 is the Page of Cups, but in reverse. This is your opportunity. So upright, the Page of Cups is a very lighthearted, immature person, doesn't take anything seriously. You know, in reverse, the Page of Cups can be someone who's quite emotionally sensitive, and it's a weird message, but I am getting like you need to stop numbing out your emotional pain and take that voice seriously. Now on the other hand, the Page of Cups reverse in your opportunity is to grow up a little bit, like in some sort of way. Like discipline leads to freedom, like taking responsibility leads to freedom. I can see very clearly like a pathway that a lot of you are on right now, and you basically have these. That's why I'm talking about having a conversation with your future self. You're going to either choose one or two roads, and if you go halfway in between, you might as well have gone the other one. Because what I'm basically saying is, like, people in this life, they either have at their disposal immediate distractions, pleasures, addictions, sex, food, drugs, whatever your weird addiction is, or you have over here the path of mastery. You have the path of, okay, this is going to be boring. In the short run, this is going to be boring, but you choosing to to master something, it doesn't even matter what it is, like whatever it is you want to create. If you're an artist, or if you're even in like some sort of work situation, you want to move up the ranks, or whatever it is you do, like you have a choice in front of you. And because the Page of Cups in reverse is your opportunity, I'm getting two things. The first thing, like I said, is not to numb out your emotions, right? Like you're feeling like you're not where you need to be for a reason. Like your emotions are valid. I don't like this. I hate this about myself. Listen to that so that then you can change it. And then the other part of the Page of Cups in reverse is just choosing to willingly take on responsibility, because that leads to true freedom. Like anything that will bring lasting peace, happiness, joy, most of the time takes years to cultivate. Right, so people, we live in a, you know, if you're reading anything about a get-rich-quick scheme, you want to be careful about that. Like, where do those roads really lead you? So that's something you may be considering. Now, your challenge is the Four of Pentacles. So your challenge is security. You may be feeling a lack of groundedness in your reality. Some of you may be, like, moving around, so that's understandable. But I honestly feel, as you gear up to meet the universe halfway, you may have a period of like instability, but that's honestly what you need to have. So we're going to clarify what it's about. Could just be temporary financial difficulties, something we're going to have to see. When it comes to your overall general energy for March, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have that Five of Swords. We also have the Seven of Wands here. When it comes to your overall general energy. So on the one hand here, you have promise of stability and some sort of long-term legacy. I really feel like you need to focus on what your legacy is that you want to leave behind, and write down all your long-term goals. There's something about you focusing on long-term goals will be beneficial to you. Also, like looking at what parts of yourself are preventing you from doing that, right? You have the Five of Swords, typically very destructive energy, and the Seven of Wands is a very resistant energy. I'm getting a few things for this. Now, part of this is strapping down your bootstraps and say, like, what's worth fighting for. It's very weird, but for those of you that want to throw like a childlike fit because you're not happy with your current amount of pay, you're not happy with your habits, and you just need to change something, like, there is an element here of like, okay, like, recognize the universe has been rocking you in the face. Like, if you can't recognize that, like most of society can't, you can't do anything with that. You can only work with what's real. So it's like, if you can admit to some sort of deep pain that you're having, I'm not where I want to be, blah, 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 then you can say, okay, well, this is what I'm going to fight to change. So you may need to ask yourself, like, what's worth fighting for? It could just be your own demons as well. You have the Five of Swords here. So some of you are going to be surrounded by some sort of challenging energy as in a person. We're going to clarify what it's about. I feel like most of you, it's your own demons. So with that being said, let's go here to what you don't see coming. There is love here, by the way. I do feel like there's a good situation for you in love, but for some of you, Page of Cups in reverse is your opportunity. You may be realizing that you're dealing with someone who's in an arrested state of development. Page of Cups in reverse in your opportunity for some of you is that you're surrounded by someone at work or someone that you live very closely with who's just never going to get it. You know, if you try to save a drowning person, you're probably going to drown yourself, and that person was going to drown no matter if you gave them $2 billion. They were screwed anyway, because there is such a thing as like course correcting and timeline weird things that happen in this universe. People don't know what happens. Many of you have already died in car accidents, and you've already died on the highway, and whoop, nope, your soul's like, we're not done. Let's go into a parallel reality. What I'm basically saying with this, Sagittarius, is you may need to cut out someone who's just never gonna advance. Okay, so it's like, you'll go as far as the people you talk to for no reason. Let me repeat that. You'll go as far in this life as the people that you talk to for no reason. Just be aware of that. I don't know why this energy's coming through, but it is. It's like a mix of discipline and metaphysical understandings. Now, this isn't what you don't see coming. You have the Death card, which is interesting. You have the Knight of Wands, and you also have the Queen of Cups here, and what you don't see coming for March 2023, Sagittarius. So there is a sense of adventure here, but something comes to an end. We're going to have to see what it is, and there's also love tied up to this. Some of you may choose to leave some sort of person who's in and out, right? The Knight of Wands here is someone who's in and out, could be very connected to that Page of Cups in reverse is your opportunity. Calling a spade, this person's never going to change, blah, blah, blah. Let's end it. Now, for others of you, it's more so your own impulsivity and putting an end to that, and like then getting, and I've been getting this message for you for like a long time, but like discipline equals freedom. Okay, so I'm not really going to get into that theme too much more because I feel like I've beat it into the bush, but it'll probably come up because that's the energy that I'm picking up on. But we're going to see what that Death card is about, because it could be very important for some of you with that Five of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles. Now, when it comes to your advice from your spirit guides, you have the Strength card, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you also have the Five of Wands here. I'm getting a very clear message that a lot of you are like, if you, it's like you're being beaten, or I'm not even gonna like put it like this, but like there are people who are so much less qualified than you doing exactly what it is that you want to do, simply because they've like, maybe they've had that conversation with their future self, or maybe they've just like taken 1%. It's not like, by the way, it's not even that I'm not telling you have to be a maniac disciplined person. I'm just telling like clean up the edges of your reality will get you way further than you think. But what I'm getting from this almost is like, I'm almost like calling you out with this one, is that like a lot of you, if you could just simply apply yourself, you would absolutely obliterate any sort of form of competition when it comes to your career advancement, or when it comes to you getting what you want in life, whether this is whatever it is that you want, your need, you desire, peace. If you just apply yourself, but I don't know what this resistance is about. You're not doing that though. Because for some of you, there's this fear of other people being judged negatively by moving in a direction. But listen, the advice overall, I mean, this is temperance energy. Moving through a difficult situation with grace and choosing to play the long game, right? Like the Knight of Pentacles here is all about slow moving energy. So like slow it down, buff out those scratches is kind of what the frequency I'm getting. Now, let's go ahead and clarify what the Page of Cups is here in your opportunity. Or it's a little too early. We're not going to take that. But interesting stuff. It could have to do with love for a lot of you. Let's see why the Page of Cups in reverse is your opportunity for March 2023. Sag. You know when people call you a nickname too prematurely? Like, I always never say Sag. Like, people say Sagittarius, and they say, oh, Sag. Like, it's so, like, intimate. It's not, actually. It's so stupid. But, like, for me, my name's Austin. And people, like, when they just meet me, and they're like, hey, Aus. I'm like, you don't get to call me Aus. It's, like, 3 people that get to call me that. You know what I mean? So, sometimes I feel weird when I call you Sag. But I shouldn't. A lot of you already know me. We already have had past life relationships, blah, blah, blah. Let's see why the Page of Cups is here, though, in your opportunity in reverse. Why is this your opportunity? Page of Cups in your opportunities clarified by the Ace of Swords, the Chariot, and also the Six of Cups here. Okay, so for a lot of you, this is just about releasing yourself from past patterns that you know. Like, the thing about this reading is, like, you actually know exactly what you need to do. It's not even, like, that hard. The Six of Cups is to do with the past, the Ace of Swords, mental clarity, new beginnings, and the Chariot here. So for a lot of you, when it comes to any sort of, like, immaturity or, like, some sort of avoidance of, like, what you know you need to do, they say conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. So it's like, if you ignore this, Sagittarius, I feel like you'll be fine, but at the end of the day, like, if you, like, we all know what we need to do to, like, release past patterns. If you don't do it, I'm not actually sensing anything bad. I'm actually kind of getting you're just going to kind of coast, but that's the most dangerous thing. Like, dying slowly is basically your penalty. Like, now for others of you, though, this is definitely moving away from a past immature person who is a little bit out of touch with the reality or just, like, completely psycho. Like, I mean, and I don't just say that, like, lightly, because but I mean, like, someone who's just a little bit, I don't know, you're playing with fire, you know what I mean? So let's also see why the Ten of Pentacles is here and your overall general energy for March 2023. Why is the Ten of Pentacles in your overall general energy? The Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Pentacles, and also the Ten of Swords in reverse. Wow. Well, this energy is like you are not stuck and you have a plan. Like, if you do what your plan is in your head, once again, with this energy, the universe wants to co-conspire with you. All you have to do is meet it halfway, Sagittarius. All you have to do is meet the universe halfway here. And because the Ten of Swords is in reverse here, I feel like there's some sort of new freedom or some sort of rebirth within you, some sort of rebirth when it comes to some sort of disciplined plan. You want to be really careful who you involve in this plan, though, and who you surround yourself with, because you have that Five of Swords. I do want to clarify, why is this Five of Swords here? For a lot of you, it's going to be your own influence, like you can't get out of your own way. You just, no matter how bad you create a plan, you just don't stick to it, or you just don't do the things you know you should be doing. For others of you, it's a very toxic person that you want to be careful about involving in your business. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm going to hit you with a Mack truck right now. The universe is. It's not me. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. You know what I'm saying? But, the Five of Swords here, Sagittarius, is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Ten of Wands here, and also the Strength card. The Five of Swords clarified by the Strength card, the Ten of Wands, and also the Six of Swords here. I got a very intense download, and I'm trying to, like, decide whether or not I should share it. The thing I will share with you is they say that true hell is when your current version of yourself meets someone who you could have been, or like when you right now meet the version of yourself that you could have been here. Sagittarius, I actually just had something slip in my, like when I said I'm going to hit you with a Mack truck, you heard me say that? Like I had a very intense download about your life, and then it kind of went away. So maybe I'm not meant to share that. If it's meant to come back, it will come back. But it was like so poignant, I swear to you. Okay, here's what it was. Is a lot of you, with the Six of Swords here, you keep running from yourself, thinking like the plan is going to be better when you're over here. I'm going to live here, and that's where the plan. I'm going to meet this person, that's where the plan is going to come into fruition. To some of you, that could be the case, but overall, like when you look at your life here, wherever you go, there you are. You cannot escape yourself. It doesn't matter where you are here. And so for a lot of you here, what I'm getting from this is just a complete refusal to pick one thing. Like you're experiencing the apathy of options. The Ten of Pentacles requires risk. It requires discipline and choosing single-mindedness of purpose when it comes to one discipline. So a lot of you here, you have not simply made your mind up about what you want to do. You keep flirting. Oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a writer this month. I'm going to be an actor next month. Then I'm going to be a playwright. Then I'm going to be an iron worker. And you think you're going to find the thing. The thing happens when you decide, when you meet the universe halfway. How do you meet the universe halfway? You write down what you want to come into reality, and then you wait. Your job is not to know how things are going to manifest, but your job is to know exactly what you're going to manifest. Do you understand that? Like, the thing that people get wrong is like they say, all right, I'm going to have $1 million and this is how it's going to come. No, all you get to do is say, I'm going to be a millionaire. You don't get to decide how it comes to you. That's not what you get to do as a manifestor in this physical plane. You could do it that way, but you're limiting yourself. And so what I'm saying is you're limiting yourself here when it comes to non-commitment. And that's why the Page of Cups, like, it's just like, even me, like the frequency that I'm picking up on this is like, I played a lot of sports. I did like every sport growing up, and like by the time I got into like like senior year of high school, I was like, damn, I really should have just chose one. I should have just doubled down on the basketball, you know what I mean? But instead I was running around doing something I didn't really like. So this all relates to you. I hope that you realize this. Let's see why. We're gonna have to speed this reading up. Why is the Four of Pentacles here in your challenge? Yeah, you're being hit. Like, for those of you who have been really avoiding something, you're going to get rocked. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. The Four of Pentacles in your challenge is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and also the Two of Cups here. I'm getting a very, like, wake-up, let's call it a wake-up call for some of you. For a lot of you here, it's like you're going to be... I don't know how the universe is going to do this, but in some sort of way, it's almost going to, like, show you... Like, I'm getting the universe is going to tease you in your challenge, okay? The universe is going to tease you with things that you should have probably already have manifested by now if you simply, like, stuck to the call that the universe was trying to tell you. So I don't know how this is going to happen. For some of you, the Wheel of Fortune, Four of Pentacles, and, like, the Two of Cups here, I don't know how deep I want to get with this, but it's, like, literally you're going to, like, meet the right person and it's going to be perfect. And then, like, something happens where they realize, like, you don't have, like, integrity, or, like, you got all these problems and they don't want to be with you. And it's like, you're like, well, if I just did what I knew, if I tilled the soil that God has given me to till, this would have been great. This would have been it. So for a lot of you, that might throw you in a negative spiral, but that spiral is here to wake you up. Now, the other thing, your challenge is the Four of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Two of Cups. For a lot of you here, there's someone you're meant to be with for a while. For those of you that have someone around you right now, I'm getting that you have some sort of, like, challenges with this person in March. Like, for those of you that you're in a situationship, you're with someone somehow in love, I'm getting you're meant to teach each other a lot here. And what I'm getting from this is, remember I told you, the universe wants to co-conspire with you and you have some sort of appointment. Well, what I'm getting from this now is that this appointment for a lot of you is someone who's already around. And they provide you some sort of stability. I really feel like that. The thing is, though, about it, I don't know, like, why that's your challenge. Stability, like, maybe, I don't know. This is just like, I'm sorry, this is a lot. Let's see why is the Death card here and what you don't see coming? right? Why is the Death card here? There could be a little bit of a, I don't know, right? I mean, this is kind of going all over the place now, but that's how we do it. We got to get the messages out. Seven of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. The Death card and what you don't see coming is clarified by the Hierophant in reverse, the Ace of Pentacles, and also the Seven of Pentacles here when it comes to the Death card. So a lot of you, I feel like this has to do with your higher purpose, to be honest with you. I feel like this is you not settling and just like basically going for what you want here, okay? Despite all the odds, the Ace of Pentacles and what you don't see coming, there's some sort of like, once again, whatever it is you want to create, I see you going for it, and I see you not taking no for an answer, like not letting any authority figure hold you back. Hierophant here in reverse to the Death card. You could just start to become an authority in your own right, like some sort of philosopher, starting to like, for those of you that are kind of already established, or you kind of already like, you have a strong philosophy about life and you've gained a lot of experience, with this, I almost see you like starting to place value on your own thoughts rather than just reading other people's work. Like at a certain point, when it comes to whatever, like you have to value your own thoughts, you know? So just be aware of that. Or your own way of looking at the world, rather than thinking everyone else is this like paragon of civilization. Okay, so let's go to your advice here, and then we're going to get you out of here. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Strength card is here. All right, what is this? What do you need to be strong about here? Tame down that animalistic side for a little bit. See why the Strength card is here. Ooh, something you don't want to give up, huh? Yeah, this is an addiction, or this is one thing that you're like, okay, I get what this is. I get what this is, universe. I get what it is. Hold on. Think you could run from this, huh? Holy smokes here. The Strength card is clarified by the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, and also the Devil. Keep in mind that the Five of Swords is also here in your overall general energy, and it's staring right at that Ten of Pentacles, your future. So this is that one thing you don't want to give up. I don't know who this is. For a lot of you, this could be a person, but for many of you, this is just like, it's going to be so many different things for different Sages. Some of you, it's going to be weed. Some of you, it's going to be like that thing you've been doing, I'm almost getting for months or years, that you have no idea like how much it's holding you back. Like for me, I'll smoke weed every once in a while, but because it's been like, I had to have a period in my life like where it was completely all in the toilet. It was all gone because I knew it was the one thing that was going to hold me back. Everything in moderation, but you know what this is. But what you don't know is how your future self is like calling you. It's right there for you. So what I would do for you, no matter who you are, especially with this being in your opportunity slot, you have to reverse engineer the best possible version of yourself. I don't care where you're at. This is what your task is from me right now, or from the universe. You need to completely reverse engineer, just like people reverse engineer alien technology. Somehow we always end up leaving the Sagittarius readings off with aliens. So I am an alien, by the way. But for those of you who have not realized that yet, I appreciate you anyway, and I will talk to you next time.